Well, hello family. This is me, Mary C, coming to you yet again with another video. And this time around, I want to talk to you guys about kitchen gadgets. What do we do in the event that we lose power indefinitely, let's say, or even for a day or two, and you have to eat and you have to feed your family? So what do you do in the kitchen without electricity? I want to share with you a few of my gadgets, manual gadgets that may be helpful to you in the event that you do not have electricity and you want to fix a meal or two. This is what I want to show you. I'm going to start out here with, this is a 2-quart cast iron Dutch oven. If you have a cook stove, and I'll show you this one here. Now, I don't know a whole lot about this cook stove here. I do know that it is an alcohol cook stove that has a few compartments that are attached to it. I bought it secondhand. You know me, secondhand and. So I bought it secondhand in hopes that in the event that we would need to use it, we could. It's in pretty good condition, but it is an alcohol stove, so I need to read up and learn a little bit more about alcohol stoves. But this unit, this little unit here, cost me all of $2.49. Not bad for something that you can cook your food on. Not bad. So if you're able to, hit the garage sales. If you're able to, go thrifty to see if you can find stoves. Of course, if you can't get them at the thrift store or at your local garage sales, you can always go online and look for camping stoves and butane stoves. We have those too. So let me go back. So have something to cook on, that's important. If you cannot cook on one of the cook stoves, camping stoves, if you have a fireplace, you could possibly use your fireplace. If we have a fireplace, so in the event that ours goes out, we're hoping, we're not really hoping, because of course we would love to keep our electricity, who wouldn't? But in the event that the electricity goes out, we could use our fireplace. So that was one of the reasons why I got the cast iron Dutch oven. And again, this is a 2-quart Dutch oven. It's made out of cast iron. Not just the Dutch oven, but also it would be helpful to also have the cast iron skillet or any type of cast iron cooking pot, pan that you can use. It's a good thing to have. And again, thrifty me found this at, and it's, hasn't been used, found this at a thrift store. And they had a pretty high price on it. I didn't want to pay that price. It's in one of my other videos. I got it for a lot less. So I'm going to scoop this over to the side. Get yourself something that you can cook in that won't melt. If you have to put it on direct heat, it won't melt. It won't burn. And before I go any further, let me talk about this real quick, because this is also cast iron. Again, get yourself skillet. I don't know if you can see this. They cleaned it off, so it's got gook on it, but it's been seasoned, if you will. But this is a little griddle that you can put directly on heat, and it's cast iron. So if you want to make toast, you could do your toast on this. So I'm talking about heat, so let me move from this, and I'm just going to move things over to the side so that I can get to the next one. And let me say this. This list of manual tools for the kitchen is exhaustive. There are so many different tools that you can actually get to help you do what you need to do. Of course, I don't have everything. I am just like you. We're prepping to be prepared. So as I see things along the way, I pick them up. If I can save money, whoa, that's a bonus. So same thing with you. I know money doesn't grow on trees. It really doesn't. And you can't just go to the ATM machine like my once teenage daughter told us when we told her we couldn't buy her something. She once told us, you have the money, just go over to the ATM machine and get the money. Just as though they just give it away. She's grown now, and she has her own child who is pretty near grown and understands well that money doesn't grow in an ATM machine either. So anyhow, let me get back to my list of items that you can use. But again, the list is exhaustive. I don't have everything that you can think of. But we were talking about fire. We were talking about cooking. So let me show you one other thing. Excuse me for reaching over you like this. But every household should have a fire extinguisher. Be safe. Be safe. I don't want you to try to prep for your family and you're cooking and you burn your house down, or you burn where you're at, or you burn yourself or one of the family members. Get yourself some safety items as well. So I'm going to take that. I should be scooting it across the table here. But get yourself one of these guys and be safe. Be safe. So where do we go from there? Where do we go from there? I got my notes over here on the side of me, and I want to keep up with it so that I don't go too long and I don't forget something. So excuse me for going back and forth. So like I said, the list is exhaustive. What tools do you have on hand to help you to prepare a meal for your family? These are some really, really simple tools. Can openers. Real simple. Real simple. Get yourself some hand cranked can openers. And this one here is not only a can opener, but it also has the end on it for bottle opener. And you can get these thrifties if you probably already have some of these in your drawers, in your kitchen already. But get yourself some of these stainless steel can openers. I have several to do the job. So bottle openers, even can openers, and it has the little, this is, I mean, we're talking old school here. Old school, look at that. Okay? So get yourself some can openers, because you can't, you're not going to be able to use your electric can opener in the event that you lose power. Get yourself some hand-held, cranked, old-fashioned, old-school can openers. It makes no sense to have a pantry full of canned goods and you can't get into them. However, I did learn a really neat way to open a can if you have a cement sidewalk. You know what? I'm going to see if I can link a video or something to it to show you what I mean. I saw a guy do, he took like he had like a tuna can, and he didn't have a can opener. And so what he did was he found like a sidewalk with, you know, just concrete sidewalk, and he just rubbed it until he just pretty much rubbed the top off. It took a little time. The best way to do it is to have a can opener, but it worked. So whatever works, you have to survive. Whatever works. Anyhow, so we're going to go from there. So I have these beaters here. And again, old school thrifting, but they do have new modern versions of these guys. Beaters, mixers, I don't know what you want to call them. But if you're baking, if you're putting bread together, if you're putting cakes together, if you're going to have some scrambled eggs, you have something that you can manually use to do the job. Okay? So I want to show you this. Some of you probably already know what it is. It's a meat slicer, but you don't just have to use it for just meats. And this, again, it's old school. Of course, it's manual. So you've got the handle here. And I'm trying to turn it around. You put your meat in, and then you would turn your handle around, and it would slice. I can't do it because I'm trying to show you, but it would slice the meat as you crank it. So it's a crank for a hand crank meat slicer. Again, you can slice anything, cheese or anything else that you would need to slice with that, but that's handy dandy, and I use that. I don't know if you guys remember the time when you get bologna or salami or one of those, and it was in a big bulk chunk, and you needed to make sandwiches. That's where that came in handy at. So you put the cheese in there, you put the meat in there, you slice it, and you make it as thick or as thin as you want. And it's great for slicing that for sandwiches. I had an opportunity last year to try out a beef bologna recipe. And I made it and cooked it in the oven, and it came out really, really good. Would I do it again? No, if I can go to the store and get it for a lot less work. But in a pinch, if I need it, and I know how to do it. So that was a good thing. It was a good learning. It was a good lesson for me to learn, to know how to do that. So that was a good thing. But again, out of ease, I would go to the store and buy myself a package of bologna. And as a matter of fact, what I do with my bologna, and I only do the beef bologna. I know it's not good for us, but it's a quick sandwich. It's a quick meal. What I do is I will buy bologna in bulk because it's expensive. I mean, in where I live, bologna will cost you anywhere from, if you catch it on sale, you can get it for just under $4. If you don't catch it on sale, you're gonna be paying almost $6 for a package of bologna, of beef bologna. And the prices are not going to go down. They're only going to go up. So what I do is I will get my packages, especially if I can catch them on sale, and I will freeze them, and they thaw out perfectly. They thaw out perfectly. So if you didn't know, you can freeze bologna, and you can thaw it out and have your sandwiches still. Get it at a cheap price, though. Excuse me, because I need to blow my nose. Give me just a second. Thank you. So sorry. My allergies are kicking in. So anyhow, let me move on. And I'm sorry for the lighting here. It is what it is. It is what it is. So I picked up, open this up, a slicer. It is a magic roll. I'm sorry, I have delivery out front, so kind of distracted me a little bit, but it can wait. So anyways, I have this slicer here that is good, and it comes with another blade, a different blade in here, and it's good for slicing vegetables and fruit, things like that. It's interchangeable. It has another blade, like I said, that comes with it, and it's manual. So if you needed to, of course, you could use a knife, but if you can find the little handy dandy tools to make it a little easier, go for it. Go for it. But good for slicing, special kind of slices if you're looking for doing special cuts for your different foods. That works really, really well. How many of you remember Big Mama or Mama using one of these guys? Flour sifter. So my bakers, you already know this, and you probably already have them in your kitchen. Good thing to have on hand. Moving all these guys out of the way. And I forgot when I was talking to you, and excuse them because they're well used. But when I was talking to you about the cast iron pot, Dutch oven, and the stove, remember safety, safety, safety. Have your gloves. Have your safety gloves so that you don't burn yourself when you're lifting and putting these things, picking these things up or or stirring or whatever you're doing while you're cooking. Be safe. Be safe, people. Be safe. Handy dandy potato masher. Potato masher. Many of you, like I said, you probably already have a lot of these gadgets in your home. Some of them you may not. If you can find them at garage sales, pick them up. Look for them specifically. Every household should have one of these. A couple of them. A rolling pin. That's a handy dandy tool that you can have. That doesn't require electricity. And a chopper. Now this is not the best chopper, so I'm going to keep my eyes open for a better one. You know, the plastic ones are not the best. I've used it before. It does an okay job, but this is not the best chopper in the world. So I am looking for another, but have a chopper. So it's great for chopping your onions and chopping your vegetables up. Get yourself a chopper. Some type of a chopper for your fruits and vegetables. If you're a tea person, not only if you're a tea person, this is good. If you're going to put, if you're going to make teas or you're going to put some herbal tinctures together, these are good tea bags to have. That way you don't have to have, these are not the disposable ones. So these are really, I got a small one and I have a large one here. These are really good for putting your herbs in. And, you know, if you're going to do your floral teas or your herbal teas, these are really, really, really good. So get yourself some of these. I don't know if they're called tea bags. I call them tea bags. But get yourself a couple of these. These are great, great tools to have. And if you're going to have apples, you can't have apples without an apple peel. So now this little guy is not only an apple peeler, it's an apple peeler, which this is the peeler here, which is a peeler blade. But it also, when you pull this handle back, crank it back and pull it in, you put the apple in here, it will also take the core. So it will peel the skin and it'll also take the core off if you want to. And this is a hand crank one, so you don't need electricity to use this. Have a scale on hand. That comes in handy. You never know when you're going to need to weigh something. So have yourself a scale on hand in the house that is that doesn't require electricity. So again, this is just a handful of items. So and there's so many more that I want to get, but this is just a handful. Again, this is a chopper. This is when that famous Slice-O-Matic came out. Sister went and picked up one, right? Or ordered one, probably, more likely for me. And I thought, oh, it was so neat. They're doing potatoes and they're doing, you know, carrots. And it's a slicer, but it's very weak. So, not the best. Get yourself stainless steel, handy, heavy duty or slicer if you must. This one will do the job in a pinch, but potatoes are hard, carrots are hard. You know, it has the blade. It's plastic. I don't know what I was thinking. It's plastic. It will work in a pinch. But get yourself so I need to replace that one. So get yourself a good slicer. And I got this secondhand. I'm of the viewpoint that it is a meat grinder that you would attach to a table or something. But it looks a little bit like the mill grinders. But if you know which one this is, or if it works for both of them, let me know. Here I am buying stuff, right? I picked it up and I said, you know what? That might come in handy. So, who knows? It may come in handy. I found it. I don't think I paid any more than, I know I didn't pay any more than about $2 for it. I know me. So, it was well worth it. Hand crank, and all the pieces seem to be here. So if you recognize this, I'll turn it around. If you recognize this, you let me know with the little hand crank. Let me know, again, the top. If you have one and you know how to use it and you know what it is, let me know. Thanks, family. Also, last two, I'll bring them over. Last but not least is one of my favorites, my husband's favorites, and that is Percolator. Old-fashioned, old-school coffee can. Okay? So this coffee, not coffee can, what do they call it? Coffee percolator, I'll call it that, because it doesn't have that little glass thing that back in the day when my mom had hers, she had this little glass dome at the top. This one doesn't have it on purpose. When I was buying this, I wanted to make sure that if I had to, I could put this on direct stove. So it doesn't have that little dome that most people are used to seeing. But it is, again, it is old school. It has the inside filter in. You put the water in, and we have used this. Talking about the best coffee. This guy here, we have two coffee makers that are electric inside the kitchen. This guy here beats them hands down every time. The best tasting coffee has been made in this guy. So get yourself old school percolator that you can put on direct heat if you need to, and you don't have to worry about it melting. Of course, you want to have your safety gloves, because all of the attachments, the handle and it's all metal. It's all metal, so you want to be careful. Be safe. Last but not least, for fun, we have our handy dandy popcorn maker, and it is manually run. Sounds a little rusted, but it's in good condition. It's not really rusted. I don't know if you can see on the inside there. It's not rusted. It's just that it has the little wings in the bottom of the pan that kind of scrapes it around so that it can move the kernels within the. You can't really see it that good, but let's see if I can. There we go. Let me see if I can turn it around a little so you can see the little wings. There they are. See that? See that little wing? So, popcorn maker, popper, not maker, popcorn popper. So I found this again, secondhand, and you know what? I'll tell you this, and then I'm not going to keep you too much longer. Put the popcorn popper over there to the side. I wanted this to be really quick, and hopefully I covered everything. I'll just make sure. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that I did cover all of what I wanted to cover. I did not buy these items all at once. So if you are looking to add to your kitchen tools, your list of kitchen tools that are hand cranked or manual use tools. Let me get this out. If you're looking to add to your list of items that you can use in the kitchen without electricity, that's much better. If you find something here and there, pick it up. If you can order something online, just one item, pick up the one item. Whatever will help, along the way. And you never know if your neighbor may need some of these items. One of the things that we have to consider in the long term of not having the conveniences that we're used to, long term, we have to get, put it in our minds that we're not an island. We have neighbors. We need to look out for each other. And it is possible that you may have to barter. We may not be using the good old dollar system. We may have to barter with our friends and family members to survive. And if that be the case, if you have something that is usable, you are of value to any community, whether it be a tool, whether it be you being able to barter for sugar or tea or coffee or, shampoo. You never know how far off we're going to go. But to be able to have something that you can barter with. So these are the tools that I have, and I'm sure I didn't think of some that would be very usable and useful. You family that are out there, if you've had a chance to gather your own cranking tools, hand or manual use tools for the kitchen, and you don't see it on my table here, or I did not talk about it, and you think it would be something that's useful for the rest of the family, please, please, please put your information, your suggestions in the comment section. We all read them, and we love them. We love that you all are participating in the family and helping each other out. We love it. I love it. If I can comment again, I will comment. If things are going a little too fast for me, I will give you a heart to let you know I love you and I appreciate you. I may not say anything, but know that I love you and I appreciate you all, okay? Again, I'm going to leave you on this one here, and I'm going to say, get cranking. What are you waiting for? Your family is depending on you. If you're a prepper, say that again. If you are a prepper, plan for what you need in the event that you cannot use the modern conveniences that we have. Plan on buying yourself some tools. If you have to buy one at a time, buy one at a time, but get started. Get cranking. I love you all. I love you all. Much love again, and shalom.